What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we got a couple of new red Digimon to talk about. It seems like it's been a little bit of a while since we talked red Digimon, but that's something we can fix right now. We got a new level 5, we got a new level 6, they're Digimon we've never talked about before, and one of them looks quite nice, and the other one looks flat out phenomenal. Let's start off with a level 5, shall we? Now, apparently it's Lavogaritamon. As always, apologies for any bad pronunciations. And we got a 7 cost to play normally, 2 cost to evolve, 8,000 power, level 5 Digimon. And I tell you what, it's a vanilla card, right? There's no skill, it is just there to attack. Now, that doesn't mean you can't give it skills using other Digimon, of course. You know, your inheritable skills and whatnot. But as it stands, it's as it is. But actually, this is nice. I mean, the best parallel we've got here is something like Groundramon, that is a 5 cost to play normally, 2 cost to evolve, 6,000 power. Now, yes, I know Groundramon is cheaper to play normally, but if you're willing to go the evolution route, this is just better than Groundramon. Just is. 2 cost to evolve is low for a level 5. We would expect to be paying 3 cost to evolve. Though obviously Groundramon also did have the lower evolution, but again, we're talking about a vanilla card. And 8,000 power on a level 5 is frankly high. Like, really high. The only level 5 we saw that was more powerful in terms of red in New Evolution was the Metal Tyrannomon. Now, Metal Tyrannomon came in at 10,000 power, which clearly is, let's say a little bit higher, but it was a 3 cost to evolve. But now I start looking at all 3 of these cards side by side and I start getting just a little bit apprehensive. Because if I'm playing normally, i.e. not evolving, I could play Metal Tyrannomon for the same cost and get an extra 2,000 power. Now, maybe at some point there will be other cards that gain bonuses when evolved from this, etc. But let's not go making random assumptions that may or may not come true and we have no reason to believe will. So we could just have more power, or we could pay 5 to play normally, and okay, we're taking a hit in power, but we're saving 2 memory and getting Groundramon. If you're evolving up, it's more powerful than Groundramon, and it's cheaper than Metal Tyrannomon, but then 1 memory for an extra 2,000 power, generally I'd be willing to pay that. But certainly if you're playing it from your hand without evolving, there's no real reason to play this. We have 2 Digimon that are better options. If you're evolving up, yes, there is some merit to this, but I don't think it's a card we've been necessarily clamoring for. But instead, we can have a look at Volcanicdramon, and oh my goodness, this one looks good. Now, 11 cost to play normally is about right for a level 6, 3 cost to evolve is about right for a level 6, 10,000 power is low. It's not unheard of low. Seraphimon had 10,000 power, but it had a really nice ability to go along with it. Hercules Kabuterimon had 10,000 power, but had a really nice ability to go along with it. What I'm saying, of course, is, yes, 10,000 power is low here for a level 6, but if we've got a good enough skill, it's really not going to matter. We have a good enough skill, ladies and gentlemen. We have a good enough skill. Now, it's got security attack +1. Every time you attack, you get to take out 2 security cards rather than 1, assuming you are not destroyed by a security Digimon during the first attack. So that's all nice and well and good. But when you play, you destroy all of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 power or less. I should say the translations here came from Jason Snowjax and Chosugoi over on Facebook. They both agree. So I think, you know, given that neither of them have let us down and both of them agree, I think we can be pretty sure about this translation. It is more what I like to call swarm decks, what other people have called rookie rush decks. And the theory with those is basically very simple. You play lots of very small Digimon, and they're very cheap, and you're trying to not build up big powerhouses that are going to last turn after turn. You're chucking down a bunch of Digimon that are almost certainly going to get destroyed the first time they attack the security. Although, to be fair, it is, there's always a chance you're going to hit a tamer card or an option card, which won't destroy your Digimon anyway. Think of something like Armadillomon. 2 cost to play normally, 4,000 power Digimon. Okay, you got to pay to evolve it, but you don't pay to evolve it, you just pay the 2. And if you're still in blue, you would be going something like Gabumon, that when you play it from your hand, you get to draw a card. Elecmon, that is another 2 cost to play normally. Gomamon, that's a 3 cost, but when it's destroyed, you gain a memory, etc., etc. And the point here is that what you're doing is taking advantage of the memory you've got to play, we're going quantity over quality, playing lots and lots and lots of little Digimon so that you can just attack the security over and over and over again. Well, this will get rid of all of them. Now, it's a weird kind of thing, though, because here's the deal, right? It's an 11 cost Digimon, and it's a play skill. Now, you get rid of all of your opponent's 4,000 power or below Digimon, but you also give them lots of memory, and they're probably playing a bunch of 2-cost Digimon, so they will just be able to play a bunch again. But then again, they can play a bunch again if they've got them in hand and blah, 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 blah. It's not exactly some foolproof plan, shall we say. It is definitely an anti-Rookie Rush, or anti-Swarm deck, as I like to call it, strategy. And in that regard, it should work really nicely. And here's the thing, it's not just Swarm decks. Like, don't get me wrong, it is Swarm decks. It is those decks that play lots and lots and lots of little Digimon. Clearly, this is a great counter to them. And we've seen a few of those kind of cards in this set already, which does make me think one of the designers must have been losing to Swarm decks over and over again in testing, have had enough, and then just started designing a bunch of anti-Swarm cards. They clearly don't want these kind of decks. And I've told you that we're going to get them for every typing. This is just another example of that. It is another type getting these Swarm-style decks. Or, I should say, counters to the Swarm-style decks. We saw Lightning Paw for yellow decks recently. It is a free cost card, and it gives 3 of your opponent's level 3 Digimon minus 4,000 power until the end of this turn, with a security effect that does the same thing. And it's only free, not all of them, but it's also a free cost. 11 cost is very expensive, but then you've still got the 10,000 power, and you've still got a Digimon there with security attack +1. Of course, something we do need to bear in mind here is that Omegamon can evolve from a red Digimon, and when you attack with Omegamon, you get to put a level 6 Digimon from under it into your hand. So what you could do here is play Volcanicdramon and get rid of all your opponent's level 4s, then evolve it into Omegamon, attack with Omegamon, and then it goes into your hand and you can replay it to do it again. That's a very expensive thing, right? You're paying 11 cost to play it, then 6 cost to evolve, then 11 cost to play it again. That is a total of 28 memory. What I'm saying is, it at least gives you the option of getting it into your hand, ready to use it again in the future, and that could be very, very fun. I do love this card. It seems rather situational. The security attack +1 is nice, but let's face it, if we want to play a level 6 red, we can do better. Even way back in the starter deck, we got the Lavogaritamon that gets an extra security attack for every 2 evolution sources. So if you evolve it up all the way from a level 2, you got 4 evolution sources, security attack +2, and then of course we've also got an extra 2,000 power. So, yeah. It's weak, and the security attack +1 is a nice bonus, but there's a million other cards that can do that. We're playing this for the skill that wipes the board, or your opponent's side of it anyway, of 4,000 power Digimon. And it's good at that. In terms of that specifically, it's very good at it, and it does it very, very well. This is, I like to call this a metagame card. That is to say, it is not necessarily going to be some powerhouse in every single deck. It's probably not the kind of card you want to put in every single deck, but you are going to want to play it sometimes because you know that some dude at your locals always plays these swarm decks. So you play one of these so that when they bring it out, you're like, gutted, I destroy you now. Very, very good card, but it is situational. But I'd like to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, where we can talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun stuff. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.